The inaugural R10 African Women's Under-20 Series reaches its final fixture, and fittingly, it features the host nation, the junior Springbok women, walking onto the field to take on their African counterparts, Uganda. They struggled to get here, there were travel difficulties, but they stuck to the task, and now their flag flies high in Stellenbosch. A great showing in their first match, narrowly losing out to Tunisia. And now they have the chance to take on a side in fine fettle as the junior Springbok women take to the field again, looking to make it 3 from 3 in this, the inaugural R10 African Women's Under-20 Series, offering these young ladies for the first time consistent game time at this level. The final fixture in this festival of rugby is coming your way right now, and alongside me to enjoy it, Rumandi Potgieter, who has experience singing that anthem on a rugby field, a Springbok women's player. Rumandi, you excited for this one?
I'm so excited, and I see the sun is starting to come out in these conditions. Can't be any better than it is for this match right here today. I think it's going to be a high pace and a physical game up front. Let's see what the Springbok women can do today. And I'm so excited to see what Uganda do today.
Uganda impressive in that first match. Having had those travel difficulties, they really made it count in the first outing against Tunisia. Didn't quite get over the line. 17-14. They ran them close. Do you think that they can compete against a really impressive junior Springbok team?
No, absolutely. I think they all the nerves are gone now. All the unfamiliarities are out of the way. And I think we really saw how they can fight for 80 minutes, never ever getting tired, never backing down for any challenge. So I really think they're up for the challenge today. And if the junior Springbok women can't do 80 minutes, today's going to be a battle of 80 minutes.
Let's see how it unfolds. Ready to get us underway. It's Patience Mutua. Well, a slip immediately from Mbonja. But making it right is Bengu. What a player she was in that impressive victory that the junior Springbok woman achieved over the San Clemente Rhinos. Mbonja showing her versatility, wearing the 10 jersey today, having been a starting 9 in match number 1, a replacement 9 in match number 2. And Uganda get their hands on the ball. They showed they have frightening physicality when taking on the Tunisians. Nakiria off to Mercy Atek.
Happy with a jackal about tackle has to roll away.
Not a bad start from Uganda.
As we saw in that first match, they're not afraid to get their head into dark places. They're not afraid of physicality, and they can run the ball from anywhere.
Away tackle!
Running is what they love to do. Ndlovu bringing that run to an end. Freed by Nakiria.
Advantage high tackle.
Another infringement against the junior Springbok woman. Lots of space to work with out to the right, but Mutua unable to hold on. Well.
Time off. Okay, so here's the mark. Let's just keep the ball here, okay? Cappy. We're already 2 minutes in the game. I need quick reaction from your tacklers. And please, let the tackles get lower now, okay?
That's great communication from the ref early on, setting the standard for the rest of the game and just telling the junior Springbok women that that the discipline needs to be better in the tackle area for that tackler to get out earlier so that the jackler can come into that breakdown situation. Great communication, early communication, and now the standard has been set for the rest of the game.
Looks like Mbonja getting treatment. Or is it? Maybe Sisonke Hau. Oh no. Looks like the arm is tucked away in a makeshift sling in the jersey, and making her way onto the field is Bronisha Hess. Physically imposing player in the 19 jersey. Oh, in fact, Kumar might have come onto the field. Oh, yes, Hess starting in the 8 today, and it was Kumar.
Number 1, high tackle.
Oh, the tap and go here from Uganda, Shane Babirye.
Knock on.
Well, it's been knocked on immediately by Uganda, and that will be frustrating. Well, and Ndlovu's looking to run on the double round. Here she comes. Dangerous ball runner, dangerous player. And Ndlovu with the offload. Here's Hess applying some acceleration.
Step.
Charlize Jacobs kick over the top from Robin Stratum. Wicked bounce going away from Mbabazi. Mbabazi shows dedication to get there.
Okay, now one step.
The junior Springbok women have moved upfield at a rapid pace. That's a fine clearance from Mutua.
Backwards.
Mbonja back to field the kick. Looked like she was weighing up a kick. Oh, and Mbonja beats the first defender. Opileni left in a pile on the ground. Here comes Fortuin. Barnstorming stuff from the fresh legs. Although everybody's legs are fresh, but our Zidja Komar, who's going to have a full match to play, pretty much.
Use.
Jacobs. Away to Mbonja. Here comes Vakalisa. Vakalisa with a step. Vakalisa cutting back in field. Brought down by Babirye. The knock-on comes from Hess. Now they're finding their feet and finding their feet quickly, Ramandi.
That's the exact way we saw the junior Springboks start the previous game, and nothing has changed in the game plan, it seems. Firing start, dominant carries from both the forwards and the back line, getting this team onto the front foot early and stamping their dominance in this game.
So, wait for Michael, okay? Crouch! Bind! Keep this spicy, okay? So let's get a little bit closer. Come closer, please. Come closer. Yes, that's fine there. Get your ladies in line. Yes. Crouch. Bind. Number 1, going in. Lever.
Free kick to Uganda. Babiria with the tap and go. Junior Springbok woman showing discipline and not bringing down the player with the tap and go before they got back the full 10
Bodies
meters.
there, let's use.
Uganda looking full of confidence, but the execution sometimes letting them down, rushing up to make her presence felt. Abigail Smith.
Tackle. Slip.
Uganda will have to start from deep, but that kick does not have enough height in it to get beyond the players
Yeah, that's a
ahead
tackle.
of her, and it looks like the junior Springbok woman fighting for possession on the ground.
One back.
Uganda retain again. And now the kick over the top from Mbabazi.
1 offside.
Go back for a penalty against the junior
Time off,
Springbok
captain.
woman. Well, discipline.
So I got 2 penalties against number 1 in repeating infringement now. Please have a check to her.
Discipline just
Offside,
letting
number
the
1.
junior Springbok women down at this stage and giving Uganda this easy exit out of their own half.
But again, the execution lets them down, and bouncing away from Tiarisha Maritz. Oh, well, the charge down from Uganda. Great run from Opileni. Opileni taken without the ball. Now there's trouble.
You know that double
That
whistle
Eastern Nicole?
only means one thing. He's been warning the junior Springbok women, and unfortunately, the price needs to be paid by the last
Playing
one
the player without the
infringing.
ball.
Tiarisha Maritz coming from the field for the junior Springbok woman, and Uganda on the front foot. How about that for a run from Mukiala? One of the most abrasive players in the Ugandan side in their first match. Another penalty advantage, it would appear. It's coming the way of Uganda.
Still
We're
playing
taking it
advantage.
straight up the noses of these junior Springbok women defenders. 15 against 14 for the team in red. The pick and go, they're keeping it tight. Babiria sends it away now. Working it to the outside for Mercy. Attack. Bundled over in defense.
No advantage. Number 7. Okay. Pak was already for 7 cents in the rack. Going to pulse.
And that has been the story of this first half so far. Uganda starting in their own half, in their own 22, and getting the advantage going all the way down into the junior Springboks half by only the Springbok women conceding so many penalties and taking Uganda all the way to the try line. And hopefully Uganda get to turn all of these infringements into points.
The decision is to go for posts. This Ugandan side are showing supreme confidence here. Clearly banking on a closely fought fixture. They've turned to Patience Mutua.
You need to go.
Mutua. Solid connection. First
Captain.
points on the
Captain.
board go to Uganda.
Captain. At breakdowns, the ladies need to listen now, okay? At breakdowns, they need to listen more.
The ref states that breakdowns is the problem for the junior Springbok women, and they need to clean that up early on in the game. Otherwise, this will be the whole story of the game. Uganda turning pressure into points, and that's what we love to see.
Which side are you going to kick off? Which side are you going to kick off? Which side are you going to kick off? Step.
Referee wants some inside information. Which way the kick's going. Looks like Robin Straydom. Well, that's a fine kickoff that from Robin Straydom. Solid connection. She could go for a drop goal if she wanted to at some point in the match. Oh, yeah. How about that for a tackle from Emihle Mayiche? Oh, there's some heavy carries coming from Uganda. fearless on the front foot. Peace Nemira sets the ruck. Babiria sets it free. Another tackle from Mayiche. A hard-working number 7. She was all over the field against the San Clemente Rhinos. Mbonja chasing this one back. She already showed her counter-attacking capabilities. She might just be hunted down behind the gain line here. She's done well to get away from the first. And the inside step from Stratum. Stratum's got some space here. Stratum cutting back in field. Stratum beats her now. Oh, yes! Mbonja's on the inside! It's an absolute blinder from the young box!
Electrifying rugby from the junior Springbok women. 2 people taking on 15 players of the Ugandans and making that one count. Beautiful, beautiful interplay between Mbonja and Stratum. That's how you know there's some team cohesion happening.
The DJ pulls out, this is how we do it. This is how they do it. How did they get over the line from there? Mbonja played number 9 and replacement 9 in game 1 and 2 with the options that the Springbok women, the junior Springbok women, have available to them. And some question marks over why she would then be starting in the 10. Asked and answered. Straight on! Oh, she hits the crossbar. And there has been no shortage of entertainment in the opening 10 minutes of this match.
Slips through 2 tackles and then just to get the offload to Mbonja. This is so exciting. Never knowing whether they're going to kick out of their own half or whether they run. They truly have it all in this team.
Well, those that came to watch today surely enjoyed what they saw there.
Let's go.
South Africa's under-20 women take the lead, 5 points to 3, and Ndlovu is the receiver. She is tough to bring down. Ndlovu confidently breaking tackles back in field from the big number 4. Straight on protects. Jacobs to clear. She finds Smith at first receiver. Oh, great offload under pressure. Bernicia Hess now. She gets hers away as well to Bangu. Bangu! She's big trouble.
On the ball.
Oh, yeah, what a turnover. What a turnover from Fortunate Mbabazi.
And as quick as they get, the junior Springboks get over the line, quicker the Ugandan Cranes get into that breakdown, into the dark places and get the ball and some relief for the Ugandan team.
Another kick that may not find the touchline, and indeed it does not. Taken in by Sindisiwe Mbonja.
Away tackler!
Very effective on the counter-attack, Mbonja. Good decision-making, most of all. Never mind the talents that she has. Mzamo.
That's a tackle release!
Jacobs. Oh, she's going to have a go herself.
Away tacklers!
Right into the thick of it.
Yes!
Anushka Ekron. Been a rock-solid performer in the number 1 jersey, Bernicia Hess. Thought for a moment she was through, dragged in by Nemira.
You on the ground playing the ball.
Stratum's going to tap and go. Jacobs taking on a couple, another penalty advantage, not getting back the 10 meters. Now the confident carries coming from those in green and gold jerseys.
Lutin.
Another tap and go. Charlize Jacobs stands over the ball and gets it away to Mzamo.
Away tackler.
Inside the Ugandan 22-meter line, looking to impose themselves on this game, the junior Springbok women. That pass, not exactly accurate, but Lilita Vakalisa makes it good, and then the error comes.
Oh, just unfortunate not going to hands. The junior Springbok women finding themselves on the front foot, and this time around it's Uganda giving away too many penalties. Get out of jail free card from Uganda, getting the scrum, but still in their pressure zone. So what will they do to extend?
So the spacing on bind is too much, it's too big. Make it a little bit closer, please. No. You need to maintain the gap. I'm talking about this field. Crouch. Bind. Maintain. Sit.
Big test coming at scrum time for Uganda. She tries to fire it under the legs of her locks. Does Patience Mutua.
We see that technique we spoke about the previous game, just trying to get the ball in and out and just relieve some pressure off of their tight five.
Don't bind on the shoulder.
Unfortunately, just not working out for them this time around.
Same mark.
But Shane Babiria, in fact, feeding the scrum. But she'll go again.
Crouch. Bind. Much better. Sit.
Bengu, Ekron, and Mzamu up front for the junior Springbok women. And once more, they impose themselves on the Ugandan pack, and the ball comes spitting out the back of that scrum. As the Ugandans are sent reeling by the power on offer from the ladies in the home team. Babiria shovels it back, and the clearance will come. Another desperate one. It bounces infield once more, this time dangerously. Almost getting away on the follow-up from the ladies of Uganda. Now Namira sends it back. Oh, taking them on with ball in hand was Mutua.
Yes!
Cleared by Babiria.
Yes!
Slowing the proceedings down. Capitalizing on the possession that they do have. Bernicia Hess on the cover. Puts a big hit on Nabukira.
Yes!
Perhaps slowing it down too much. They may be punished eventually. Solid hit. Once again from the junior Springbok women. And the kick gets closer and closer with each passing phase as the tackles come in thick and fast. Fortain, the captain of South Africa, tries to play it, but it was a knock-on from the green and gold. Scrum Uganda, and South Africa are back to their full complement of 15.
And that's the risk you run when trying to run out of your own 22. There's a lot of pressure coming from the junior Springbok women, and unfortunately Uganda just can't get those final touches to get out of their half. I wouldn't mind them trying the double kick exit. We saw how good that first kick was, and they regained the ball. No one in the backfield, and try and kick that ball again to get into the junior Springboks half.
Sit!
So in fact, Jane Mulder in the 15 was the player who received the yellow card for the junior Springbok woman. She's back on the field, and the junior Springbok woman scrum is back on the front foot. Jacobs tidies up the heel against the head, and Ndlovu to straight on. Trying for the grabber under compromised conditions. It's been snatched up by Abigail Smith. Jacobs now to Mzamo. How talented is this youngster? Takes on a couple. And Anushka Ekron really relishes the rough part of the game. Gets stuck in. Here comes Fortain. Solid handoff from the captain. Jacobs playing back to the open side. A plethora of numbers out this way. They're standing at depth as well, ready to run onto it. Mzamo beats the first. Mzamo. Got an arm around the neck.
Now advantage, Cappy. You have an option. There for collapsing and here for offside. Yeah. Offside. Leave her.
Behind the referee's back with the tap and go. Uganda still tackling aggressively. Comes Robin straight on. Another high tackle, and Uganda in danger of giving away a yellow card.
No advantage.
And the story have changed from the junior Springbok women really giving away too many penalties to now Uganda really allowing the junior Springbok women pressure to force them into giving away penalties, and unfortunately just not getting any rhythm in play because of all of these penalties.
Captain. The tacklers, they need to get lower, please, okay? No, that's a penalty.
So just a warning for Uganda. So they'll stay with all 15 players on the field for the time being. And the junior Springbok woman could well call a scrum here.
Fine.
That's in our DNA, isn't it?
I take off.
Well, what a try that was scored
Let's get everybody off.
to open the scoring for the home team. That counter-attack, something special. The tap and goes what it's going to be. Jacobs away to Ekron. Ekron! Tackle just about low enough. Now playing it to the open side. Smith to Mbonja. There's space on the outside. Can they get to the line? Uganda on the cover.
Step.
Brilliant defense. Here comes Jacobs.
No, you're off your feet.
Mbonja stepping into the halfback position, which he is very familiar with.
Step.
But Uganda's defense continues to hold strong. Bangu now. Bangu! Just see bodies flying when she carries.
Tackle.
Slowly to get to ground. Hess now. Hess won't be stopped.
Oh, how we've missed her on Friday. What a beautiful try, powerful run. You can see her always keeping the ball in two hands. Then that makes the Ugandan defense not know whether she's going to give the ball or whether she's going to leg drive like she did. You can see early ball on the ground, quick to the forwards, powerful carry from Hess. Both options to play or go, and she will always choose to go forward.
I'm fine, thank you.
And the junior Springbok women say yes to the Hess. And now Mbonja to add the extra 2. Oh, man! Another circus kick from in front of the posts. The last one bounced off the crossbar. This one off the post. The score is 10 points to 3. Got a great coaching team do these junior Springbok women, and it shows how much they've grown over the course of these 3 matches. Just about a 2-day camp to get ready for this tournament after selection process of an interprovincial tournament the week before. And Ndlovu, she is a tower of power.
Away! No! Use!
Jacobs sends it back to Mbonja. Oh, that's a great take on the fly. Confident from Mbabazi. And Bernicia Hess gets stuck in. Well, that's not what Uganda will want to see. Hess grubbering through.
First advantage for Nokon.
Great pressure from a junior Springbok woman. That all came from a very well executed kick, beautiful chase from straight arm, and all of this pressure pays off for them to get this ball back.
Not your players back, okay? Yes, the mark, stay back. Scrum.
Well, it's one thing that South African women's rugby seems to have is an endless supply of high-quality locks. At the national level, here at the under-20 level, Abigail Smith, Dinewo Ndlovu, top combination. And waiting on the bench, Sarah Crone. Looks to be extremely tall herself as well.
Bind! Sit!
Jacobs feeds the scrum. It's all South Africa at scrum time. First receiver is Vakalisa. How about this line from Fortain? Just dragged in by the Ugandan defenders. Smith, Mbonja, skip ball to Mulder. Great offload from Mulder in the face of pressure. Jacobs keeps it moving forward. That's the Ugandan 22, and that's Peace Namira over the ball for those in red. And she could not secure the turnover. Smith, Mbonja under pressure, finds Mulder. Oh, and the pass does not stick with Thierisha Maritz.
Captain option.
Oh, that's just unfortunate. Ball just not going to hands. 2 big
Captain
passes
option
from the back line, and you can see what ability
So
they
it's a
have
knock-on
to send
into
this
touch.
ball wide.
You are going to take the scrum or the line out? Scrum or line out? Line out. Mark. Yes, get your
Uganda
get your
clearly
line.
feeling the pressure
Let's go.
at scrum time and opting for
Mark.
the line out this
Mark.
time
Mark.
around.
Not a tough choice for Uganda. It has been
Yeah, this is your mark.
distracted
You can stay
at
here.
scrum time.
I'm happy there.
Rose Nakiria.
Who's in, who's out?
Now this is
Let's
proven
go,
to
let's
be
go,
a
let's
very
go.
difficult part of play for all teams here, besides the junior Springbok women who have Ndlovu on defense and attack, causing problems. So fired in by Uganda, it goes horribly wrong, and Mayiche capitalizes, taking possession for the Springbok woman. Arzidja Komar, the next to carry forward, and Bonja.
No advantage. First token in the line out.
Just coming back for that knock from Uganda. Unfortunate from the Springbok women not
I know,
being
just a knock
able
off. In the
to
line
turn
out.
this scramble D into
Yeah, it's the scrum.
good solid attack and just having to go
This is the mark.
be happy with the scrum. Maybe use it as a good launch pad for their backs to get into play.
Maintain the gap on bind, okay? Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Charlize Jacobs feeds the scrum. Better effort this time from Uganda.
Advantage.
It's away to Vakalisa. There's an advantage to the Springbok woman. And Bonja tries it on the outside. Straight arms after this one. Great pace from Uganda. And Aya
No advantage there. Let's go back for the advantage.
saves the situation. We're going back for an advantage. And the pressure's starting to tell on Uganda now, Ramandi.
Come on,
No,
yeah.
absolutely, and you can see it in the penalty count. They are just
Perfect,
giving
and
the ball
2-3
away too
spray, just like
easily
that.
You know,
to
the angle.
a very well-oiled junior Springbok women team.
Number one.
Jacobs calling for some runners. And Ekron is there. Ready to get stuck in. She danced with danger. She's out into touch.
Solid, strong carry from her, and
Mark.
unfortunately just dancing
That's fine.
into that touch
Two
line.
more.
And Uganda getting another opportunity to just solidify their lineouts.
Let's go.
Nakiria to feed. Watch for Ndlovu at the front for the junior Springbok woman causing trouble. Namira gets it back for Uganda, but they're scrambling behind their own try line right now. Living dangerously indeed.
Scrum. Yep. Taken back.
Solid
Scrum.
pressure from a junior Springbok woman.
Excuse me?
Seeing that the Ugandans are under a lot of pressure and just getting them behind their try line, catching them behind their try line and upping that pressure. Good solid line speed from the outside in and catching the Ugandans behind their try line.
Okay. One. You need to. One. You need to get tighter to her, please. Crouch. Bind. Okay. Let's do it again. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Clean ball for the junior Springbok woman, and Bonja in possession. She's got options on the outside. Stratum's got some space for the corner.
Every day of the week, Stratum will get into it every single day of the week. That is the launching pad that I was referring to earlier on. A good solid scrum from the junior Springbok women, and that's what it causes. Beautiful early ball out to where the space is. Good ball to Stratum, good hands, and over she goes.
Oh, I just got distracted by just another common sight. And you know, when you're in Stellenbosch, you just look to your right, you see Gio Epler, Stormers legend, Springbok legend. It's just another Tuesday at the Stellenbosch Academy of Sport. The multi-talented Robin Stratum Still excited by the opening try. Scored between her and Mbonja. Another kick attempt. This one not well struck from the right winger. And it's 15 points to 3.
I spoke to the forwards coach, but let's just take another look at this beautiful try.
Let's go, Uganda.
The skip pass out to the back from straight on. Recognizing that space from Mbonja and going there straight away, not wasting any time. So as I was saying, I spoke to their forwards coach a bit earlier before the game, and what she said is her message to her forwards is give the backs a good solid platform to launch from, and that's exactly what happened there. Line out time, scrum time, these forwards are working hard.
Same side? Same side? Okay.
Well, Uganda started with a fair bit of fight, and they need to find that fight again. Just 12 points between the sides, and they need to be the next to score. Up, and away from Patience Mutua. And, well, Mzamo
Away, tackler!
has shown endless keenness with ball in hand.
Yes!
All the way throughout these 3 days of play. Carries it forward. Jacobs back to Sindisiwe Mbonja, who had so much time to get that kick away, and she put too much juice in it over the touchline on the full.
First mistake from her today, so it's 30 minutes in, and that's the first mistake she's made today. Whatever she touches turns into pure gold, so I'm sure she'll get this ball back for her team soon.
Get the numbers through, please. Wait. You need to get the numbers quicker through, okay?
Seeing some smiling Tunisian faces on the touchlines here. Having won their match just a few moments ago. Ndlovu's absolutely everywhere at line-out time. She gives them absolutely no space to breathe.
Playing in the air.
Whomever the opposition may be, playing the opposition in the air on that occasion. Shane Babiria will get the team going with the tap and go. Sends it away to Zuleika Mukiala, who has no fear on the carry. Mutua trying to get the back line going, but that seems to be where the danger begins for the Ugandans. Judith Aya standing at depth but not in motion, and those on-rushing Springbok women defenders, junior Springbok women defenders, make it count. Babiria gets it away. Oh, Panisha Hess is on the prowl, and you better watch out. Abigail Smith with a follow-up tackle. Uganda losing meters with ball in hand.
Leave the ball.
Looking for options.
Yes!
Uganda continue. And attack was that first receiver, and tackled into touch. Rahmali Kambo struggling to get going.
Just as they get onto the front foot, the defense of the junior Springbok women just too good today. It's really a green wall of defense that Uganda has to run into every single time.
Down.
Zamo with the patience finds Abigail Smith. Options galore for the junior Springbok woman at line-out time. Here's Branisha Hess. Hess draws in a number of defenders. And Jacobs fires it away to Bangu with the goose step. She's got it all. An advantage for a high tackle awaiting the junior Springbok woman as well. Then Glove, who puts her hand up, ready to carry. Brought down by Nabukira. Jacobs to Mzamo. Here's Fortain. Oh, wow, that's big contact. Judith Aya shrugged off. And what maybe have been adjudged to have been a high tackle as well. Jacobs finds Maiche. Such a pleasure to watch Maiche. An abrasive style that she has.
Over.
As for Branisha Hess, impactful with every possession. Jacobs Gets it away to Ekron. Ekron behind her own player. No effect on the game. And we're going back.
High tackle.
Well, another high tackle. Uganda really are going to have to watch their discipline here. Mzamo. Right back into the action. Vakalisa. Ekron. They're in the danger zone now, the junior Springbok women.
Go on.
All good. Mzamo walks away with a hand up. No whistle from the referee. And Uganda able to turn over possession at the pivotal moment.
Away, tackler!
And they'll start with running.
First.
Bangu called away from the ball. Bibiria fires it back and the clearance kick comes. Mzamo's underneath it. It's gone backwards and the play's on for Stratum. Sheds the defender and then steps herself. Jacobs, well. Yeah.
Captain.
Real trouble.
There's that double whistle we spoke about, and this can only mean one
down to
thing.
repeat the high tackles. Please do talk to your players about discipline, or you simply force my hand and I'll simply send someone off. Okay, just have a talk to them, okay? Right?
That is the last warning going towards Uganda, and then I
quick,
think the
Captain,
next
please.
double whistle will definitely be a card. So they need to clean it up a bit. I think especially at breakdown time and when it comes to tackling, just a good early level change from them.
High tackle. Right foot.
Jacobs with the tap and go. Ekron on the front foot. She needs her support to get there in time. Mzamo is there. Jacobs, a bouncing ball away. Offsides advantage now as Mayiche collects for the junior Springbok woman. Mzamo, Vakalisa, Fortain, numbers to the outside. She hits Mulder. Mulder wrapped up by the Ugandan defense. It is unforgiving.
Step.
Jakob sends it the opposite direction for Mzamo. Those sidesteps really occupy the opposition. And Ndlovu with the dummy, with the carry, trundling forward.
Nice! Leave!
Jacobs for Ekron. Mayiche. Ugandan numbers there.
First. It's fine.
In abundance, and they turn it over again within their own 5-meter line. And the clearance kick has no distance on it this time. Vakalisa. Oh. There may be trouble ahead. Jacobs to Bangu. Bangu brought down effectively by Uganda. Jacobs sends it the other way to Smith. Spread by Mbonja. Now wide onto the outside. Maritz has a lot to do with those Ugandan cover defenders coming in numbers and at pace. Jacobs, Mbonja. Mbonja! Brought down again. There's always another defender on the way for the Ugandans, but they might be losing a defender pretty soon on the back of all of these penalty advantages.
Number one and captain.
He's given warning after warning, and finally the double whistle comes. Here we can see a hard carry from Vakalisa, and that high tackle just slipping in. Unfortunately, desperation from the Ugandan defenders, and unfortunately they will have to pay the price now.
Yes.
It may well be Lucky Ayo coming from the field.
Scrum. Excuse me.
Check the bands there, and then this one is always
talk to your captain. Captain can speak to me, okay? Are you vice captain then?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, it's fine. Ready?
The vice captain loophole. Legalized to speak to the referee.
Some off.
Don't talk to him. Do not talk to him.
So a replacement prop required for Uganda.
Someone needs to go off. Who's going to go off?
As Lucky Ayo was sent from the field.
So being substitute. Who's going off?
Phoebe Nakalembe coming onto the field, so one player must be sacrificed.
Who's going off?
Tends to be a loose forward.
No. A sub has already been made. Who's going off? And there's someone to go off.
Now this is where you need a captain. Nobody wants to leave the field.
I need to know who's going off.
The backline players in discussion.
Captain, I need someone to go off.
The forwards have given it up. Well, none of us. Playing a shell game here. The players left the scrum but not the field, and now somebody has left the field for Uganda.
Okay.
And just to ensure everyone watching from home, this
are you
is
part of the
for
scrum or not?
safety reasons.
Okay, come here.
And we don't need 8 players in the scrum, but the tight 3 in the front needs to be players that has played there before.
Fine. Sit.
14 players on the field for Uganda. For how long can they hold on now? Bernicia Hess waiting for that ball to appear at the back of the scrum. It's compromised possession for Hess. Hess held up off the ground. She gets down. Impressively so. Under pressure from Uganda. Ekron met at the coalface, knocked backwards. Chance after chance for the junior Springbok woman. Fortain now trying to get her hands free. She might be isolated. Great support shown, getting there at pace. Jacobs away for straight arm.
Loads of space out the wide ends, and that is caused by powerful carries through the front rowers. End of the end, phase after phase, they carry that ball, and that allows spaces to open out wide, and Strydom goes in for yet another one.
So Jacobs, with the swiftness of possession and presentation, giving the chance to Strydom. She's just too quick. Not much space to work with there. And Nakalembe, fresh onto the field, could not lay a hand on her. Now forced into the drop kick, Jane Mulder gets it wrong.
Here we go, quick in on the breakdown, almost isolated, quick
go,
ball
Uganda.
for Jacobs, and wide she sends it to open spaces and quick feed, and Strydom goes in for yet another one.
Well, there's no substitute for pace. And it must be such a pleasure to have that pace, Mandi. It was never my blessing.
I also can't join this chat just yet.
So Uganda wisely taking their time to get to the center point in the field, trying to let that clock tick down while they have a player missing from their ranks, having conceded yet another try. They're watching this match slip through their fingers at the current moment. And they need to find a way to be effective in the South African half. Ndlovu's underneath the ball. Not the ideal situation for any opposition, because she is hard to bring down. And Ndlovu beats a couple and she's still going. What a player she is. Jacobs away to Smith. Going a bit lateral with her run. The offload's good to Bangu, also running across the field. Oh, looking to spread the ball like a number 10. She hits her target being Mulder. That's a very effective run from the number 15. Another advantage.
You have influence on the ball.
Jacobs with the tap and go. They've shown how much they want to increase the pace of this match every time they have a chance. Ekron on a barnstorming run into the Ugandan 22. Abigail Smith gets it away to Mzamo. And Ndlovu, it is all bunched up. And the mistake came. And Uganda would do well to avoid having to pack down the scrum.
I take him.
And the scrum turns into a penalty.
Thank you.
Back. Tap and go from everywhere on the field.
And anyone on the field.
Yeah.
So you have to tap the ball first and then you can go, okay?
Ugandan coach unequivocally calling for a change of tactic here. But they've got to find the touchline with these kicks. Strydom fields it very well. She sends it center field to find Sindisiwe Mbonja. Mbonja is going to attract defenders with that straight running. And Vakalisa brought down.
I'm happy.
Turnover ball for Uganda. Their first hands on the ball.
11,
and now clearing their lines through Mutua. A far better kick. Hugging the touchline, but still not finding touch. Here's Mulder. Sends it to Strydom. Double try scorer. Danger woman. Turns to the boot again. And just unable to field that effectively, Uganda. tackle without the ball.
Play without the ball. Thank you.
Just an unfortunate mistake from the junior Springbok women. It's a bit of a scramble and everyone's just getting into each other, a lot of bodies going for the ball, and then an unfortunate penalty given away by the junior Springbok women.
Mark, numbers.
Now the Ugandan coach Brian Nabutala quite literally crying out from the stands for his team to work for territory, and they are finally in opposition territory. See if they can strike from here. The line out is trouble though.
Let's go.
Nakiria.
First screws and a knock on. That's time.
And that signals the end to the first half. A first half which started so brightly for Uganda, but fizzled out in the end as the junior Springbok women imposed themselves, as they have time and again and in growing fashion, as this inaugural R10 African Under-20 Women's Series has gone on day by day. They're looking in finer form than they ever have. The great showing against the San Clemente Rhinos last time out, but they're looking well polished in this, and they're trying out all of their combinations, stretching their squad. And at halftime here at the Markota Stadium in Stellenbosch, they lead Uganda by 20 points to 3. Now, here are some of the highlights from the first half as we prepare for a very interesting halftime interview. Looks like Couture Lowe is going to have the chance to speak to Lynn Cantwell, Director of Rugby for the Springbok women. That first try, Ramandi, I absolutely loved it.
That was electrifying, and you can see that combination of Strydom and Mbonja really looking for each other when it comes to attack and really feeding off each other. Here we can see the power of the forwards of the junior Springbok women, just overpowering the Ugandans on the try line, and there's no stopping the Hesh train when she's that close to the try line.
Mbonja has been absolutely silky, whether she's been playing scrum off or fly off today, and straight on, realizing that she had the corner available to her. Just too rapid for the players to get their hands on. She went over in the corner under the watchful eye of Rahmali Kambo. And the junior Springbok woman just dominating, quickly picked up off the ground by Charlize Jacobs, been keeping the play moving very quickly. And number 9, I'm sure you could admire Ramandi.
Definitely, and I have to say they're really sharing the job there at number 9. Jacobs and Mbonja are really speeding up the play by having 2 halfbacks.
Well, we have a prestigious interview on the way. Couture Lowe is going to speak to Lynn Cantwell. He's doing such great things with the Springbok women at the top level. If you didn't watch the WXV2 match between the Springbok women and Australia, it was thoroughly engaging.
His excitement about it, you know, when you're like, and he just says all the right things. All right, half-time of this clash between the junior Springbok women and Uganda. It's very tight, but the Springbok women are in the lead at the moment. And with me, I've got Lynn Cantwell, the women's high-performance manager, which it's a very exciting time for the Bok women and South African rugby in general when it comes to our women, because it's the first time we're hosting this. Tell me how important it was to host something like this, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the first time on African soil that we've ever hosted an under-20 women's rugby championship.
Yeah, look, we know the under-20s is an essential part of the pathway, but in the build, the kind of roadmap to professionalism, when we're talking about Springboks and international and global competition, we have to prioritise the seniors because there's a lot of work to do there. But we all know the strength of your seniors is based on the strength of your pathway. So over the last couple of years, there have been under-20s that Mr. Puzzi has organised over the last couple of years. Before that, and the likes of Zintle and Pupa, Lusanda Dumka, they've all come through the under-20s.
In bits and pieces, yeah.
So there's no doubting the connection between having a good experience at under-20s and cutting your teeth at under-20s, that pathway into seniors. But over the last couple of years, we've been trying to get, one test or at least a camp in order for us to be able to see our juniors and the Vino UBCs, the Mary Zulus, the Byhandridov, they've all come from there. but we knew we needed to increase it. So what we were trying to do this year is to see, can we get a 2-week series whereby the girls are in a daily training environment for longer. We have more coaching. We've got the ability to pass on more information about all of the key things, the coaching, the performance stuff, the analysis, the nutrition, all of that learning opportunity. And the best way to do it is obviously play games through that time. So we worked with Rugby Africa, we worked with Rhino Rugby to try and see from a sponsorship point of view, could we pull it all together, and a little bit from UK Sport as well, which with all stretches to go a long way to be able to pull it all together and do this. So we're so delighted, and now that it's the last game, the last day, everybody's had 3 games of rugby. I think we've seen that the girls have gotten better and better
They
and
really
better.
have.
The senior girls came to support them. They went to WX15s. The senior coaches have all watched. So that's a great place for a senior coach to be, having seen all of this talent coming through. And, you know, you never know. Next year, Rugby World Cup, there might be 1 or 2 players that get pulled up just as an experience. And we're rebuilding in the Springbok Women's Sevens, so there's opportunity there for some of the young blood and young guns to come through.
So over the past 2 weeks, you've put them in professional setups.
Yeah.
And what does that entail? Does that entail, like, you know, access to a sports nutritionist, you know, recovery, or what does that entail for these under-20s?
Yeah, that's it. Look, when we talk about building capacity, a performance capacity in a national team, our senior girls, what that means is building up your physical ability, and that's S&C, that's training, that's being able to lift weights, run fast, to endure all of the things that happen in a daily training week, and to be able to follow food, nutrition, good nutrition, health, to be able to analyse your games, to be able to be in a daily training environment, be away from home, juggle your studies, miss birthdays at home, get annoyed with your roommate, to take feedback on from your coaches. So all of this stuff, you can't learn that stuff in a book, you have to be there. So the idea behind the girls being in an environment like that for 2 weeks is preparing them for what it's like in a senior, and what we know in our senior groups and in international sports. They're the skills that you need to learn. And when we talk about HP behaviours, that's the stuff that you can only learn through going through it. So we wanted to try and replicate that, which we have. So they've been based in SAS. They've had some really good coaching around them. They've been following a program, you know, all of the right food education through that time, and building up, you know, medically their understanding of, when I play a game, how do I recover, and, you know, what's my responsibility when I watch my games afterwards, how do I give myself feedback and take feedback on all of those things that you need as a senior player, and they've got to experience that over the last 2 weeks.
Well done, Lynn. Well done, Lynn and team. We love that you did this, and honoured to have it in South Africa, of course. Glad the sun came out today. But also what was part of their program is they joined us on Saturday at WXV2, which was such an exciting day. Not only just from seeing the likes of Scotland, the Australia, but also just supporting the Springbok women, an African team in the WXV2. How important was that part, and what was the reaction like? Because you obviously engaged with some of the teams, also probably some of their staff members as well afterwards.
Well, that's it. Look, we purposely positioned the under-20s comp at the same time of WX15s and in the same location. Even though the under-20s national comp was up in Jeppe, we funded getting the girls down here and put it at the same time in order for the girls to go to that game. Like, that was pretty much one of the purposes, and then to get our senior girls to come and watch them the day before. And we know the impact of role models, and we know how motivational it can be for you to see what you can be and see yourself in that senior jersey. So none of us know the impact that's going to have. You know, that obviously just depends on the girls. But what we definitely know is that just going to inspire the socks off them. We know that the girls, when they saw the senior Springbok girls here on the Friday last week, that their hearts just melted, you know, and they got wobbly in the knees because they were seeing their role models and idols. And then them experiencing being at WX15s with all of the hype in the crowd, and they added to it, man. They were the vibe, they're the future. I think we hope that's inspired the socks off them, for them to go home ultimately and train hard to try and be there. You know, that's the link. And hopefully we got to do that. I'm sure we did, but the proof will be in the pudding. I'm sure in 2-3 years time you're going to see.
Okay, so 2-3 years we need to check in again with you.
Yeah,
can I chat with you in between though?
Yeah,
I'm allowed to.
Maybe a year. Like, as I said, the opportunity there is opportunity within the Rugby World Cup 25-15 squad for maybe 1 or 2 of these girls to come in just as a kind of wetting, cutting your teeth. And then there is opportunity rebuilding with the Sevens program for some of those girls to come through. So, you know, there'll be a short-term impact, I'm sure, but definitely a long-term impact.
And just in terms of the Rugby World Cup 2025, you could feel the buzz in the air when it comes to women's sport in general, but women's rugby specifically. And I know it's in England, which have obviously done a very good job of getting the pathways underway and also paying their women and helping them get those as jobs as rugby players. But I mean, how big is it for South Africa?
Oh, look, it's so big. I know we've talked lots about the national team and pathway, but so much a part of this whole story is our provincial unions and the work that they do and are already doing lots in the community to get girls playing rugby and to get girls represented in all age grades, so that what we find is physically girls will come into the game maybe at 17, 18, and because they haven't had that physical exposure, they often get injured, so we need to try and build community rugby. We need to try and build, and that's all through our provinces and through our high schools. We're really, really trying to work hard with SASRA and the high schools to try and really motivate to get girls rugby into high schools. And then the missing piece is an elite women's competition. So the women's franchise competition that we're hoping to launch next year will enable professional teams to be in the unions, and therefore you'll have girls here there's 5 girls here from border, but when they go back to their province, then they go back
play.
to a semi-pro setup where they have coaches, they have training, etc., etc. So that's kind of the bigger picture plan, but the provinces are key in all of this work at a national level, and what we're hearing is they're really motivated by the women's game, but obviously funding and their own staff and so on, we're all building capacity in that, but they're a key piece to this whole picture.
Oh, that's amazing stuff, Lynn. Thank you so much. And just quickly before the junior Springbok women just run us over here, just on them so far, how chuffed have you been, what they've been able to do with the amount of time they've not been together beforehand, because we know that's a challenge as well, is getting everyone together beforehand to build that continuity, or what have you made of them? Yeah,
that's it. Look, I think one of the things that's really important, although this is a performance team, because it's a junior Bok team, but the girls having fun is really important. Them actually having a lovely time, enjoying having a laugh with their friends and learning things. What we know about women's sport is competency and confidence is a really key piece in what we build. So competency comes from teaching the girls how to play rugby and how to lift weights and get stronger and not get injured. But also, how do we build a culture through the people that are working with women to ensure that girls are safe and have a sense of belonging and build a natural sense of value and confidence in them as young women that allows them to do whatever they want in life. So I think what we're seeing, this is the last day, and we're seeing girls that are happy and smiling and trying different things and stuff. So for me, that's a good sign that hopefully they've had a good experience and
they have some confidence there and they feel it's positive.
Absolutely.
Lynn, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us and good luck. And the Bok women are making us all so proud, and these girls as well. Can't wait to see what we have for the future. Thank you so much. Lynn Cantwell, Women's High Performance Manager at SA Rugby. Now let's go back to the game. We want to see what happens in the next 40.
Thank you. You always look so interested, and I'm like, I'm sure this is so boring.
But I study sports science. I find it fascinating. I've always wanted, if there's ever a gap for me, just to shadow how your S&C coaches do it. I would love that. Or just how they analyze the games. It's just
40 minutes remain in the inaugural R10 African Under-20 Women's Series. Uganda up against it here in the second half. No doubt about it. Ramandi, what did you make of the first 40?
It was a bit scrappy, Paul, to be honest. I think a lot of penalties given away from both sides and just not getting the rhythm that I think they would want to get in that first half. Still a bit of nerves maybe some tired bodies, but I really hope to see a solid 40 minutes, less penalties and more running and hardcore rugby.
Well, let's see how it plays out. Change at least one at halftime. Very impressive Melissa Uni onto the field for the junior Springbok women in that number 23 jersey. She was playing 10 in that dominant performance against the San Clemente Rhinos. Well, the never-ending talents of Cindy Siwe Mbonja thought she might have left the field. Nope, she's moved to fullback. Scrum off, fly off, fullback. She can do it all. Melissa Uni with the kickoff for the junior Springbok woman. The boot, undoubtedly the strength of her game, and that kick bouncing away from the Ugandan potential recipients into touch.
Get your numbers through, please.
Five.
Yes, ma'am.
Rose Nakiria fires it in again. It's gone wrong for Uganda at line-out time. And Amihle Mayiche secures possession for the junior Springbok women. And Ndlovu always beats the first defender. The offload quality in the contact. And the green and gold continue moving forward. Jacobs away to Mbonja. Fires it to Uni. Fortain, who wants to take it forward. Vakalisa always ready for that. Jacobs. Ekron. Oh, she is powerful on the run. Full of energy. Extremely fit, well conditioned for a front ranker. Jacobs, no time to waste. Away it goes to Hess. Bronisha Hess. Hess is over the line. Can she get it down? Judith Aya says no thank you.
That is some tenacious defense from Uganda, really putting their bodies on the line, getting underneath Hess and holding her up over the try line. That is a brave set of defense.
17 points behind. Well,
Captain. Option.
Yeah. So that was a goal line dropout.
So we're going to strike scrum.
Therefore, she's not allowed to kick it out on the full.
You hear that loud and clear. Scrum for the junior Springbok women. Really not surprised by that call at all. As I said earlier, that's in our DNA, and we've been dominating the Ugandan scrum, so why not take the scrum on the 5 meters and see if we can take them all the way into the goal line.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Trouble for Uganda. The junior Springbok scrum marching on. Vakalisa away to Mbanjo. There's space on the outside. Uni sends it, and it's the pace woman there again. Straight on, drag down short. Uni!
Good support, and that comes from a solid scrum and a good launch pad for the back line. Good early hands out into space on the wider channels. Straight on not being able to beat them on the outside this time around. Maybe some chats at the halftime saying they need to mark her. And beautiful support run from Uni. Pop off the ground and over she goes. Only 3 minutes on the field and she adds some points to her name.
Yet another impressive cover tackle from Uganda, this time from Hope Mulonde. Dragging down Robin Stratum, who looked in for all money. And now Melissa Uni will have a very challenging attempt. When the wind blows here at the Markota Stadium, it sometimes looks to be blowing in all directions, depending on what side of the field you are. Uni, solid connection on that. It drifts across the face of the post.
Let's go, Uganda.
5 points on the board
And
for
it's just next
the
up,
junior
Alex.
Springbok woman.
Just
25 points to 3, and the yellow card. Time is up.
Okay, thank you.
So the player that was sacrificed was Precious Opeleni in the number 5 jersey. She's coming back on as we have one more look at Uni's finish to that movement.
And next time when they do that, you can just run past them and time to come, please, okay?
Also back onto the field for Uganda, Lucky Ayo in the number 1 jersey, the player that was yellow carded. And Nakalembe will leave the field in the 18. The restart is up and away. Abigail Smith underneath to receive for the junior Springbok woman. It's an effective tackle.
Now
Well,
you're
it
off
looks
your
like
feet now.
Nakalembe has stayed on the field in the 18 for Uganda. An illegal attempt at a turnover from the Ugandan woman. And Peace Namira does so much for this team in the number 8 jersey.
Early communication from the ref saying you're off your feet. You need to release that ball and allow it to be played. And to the line we see Uni go. Unfortunately not able to kick it out this time around.
Mbabazi takes it in well.
Tackle. No, Green, no.
Well, trying for the turnover, Bernicia Hess listens to the instructions of the referee when she was told
That's the move.
to release the ball, and now the junior Springbok
ball is
women have
in,
wrapped
it's
their
used.
hands around it, but not taken that maul to ground, and thus they will not get the scrum put in. Fortain occupied momentarily by Mercia Tech, but that tackle has knocked the ball loose, and Abigail Smith initiates yet another attack for the junior Springbok woman. Jacobs plays it blind for Fortain. Not for the first time, Fortain hunted, straight on plays it back in field. And the scrappiness of this match continues from the first half into the second. Penalty advantage to this junior Springbok woman, and Ndlovu, for once, driven backwards in the tackle. Sent over the top by Jacobs. Tough pass for Vakalisa. Here's Fortain to Uni. Uni sends it to Maritz. Tanisha Maritz gets the ground.
Step.
Jacobs for Mbonja.
Right.
Mzamo. Bengu. Ekron. Really struggling to drive these Ugandans backwards, but Ekron puts her head down and makes some progress. Mbonja taking it to a side, packed with defenders.
Now advantage.
Usually
Captain
the
option.
safest hands on the field.
Offside, yeah,
Unfortunately,
offside, there,
just
you're gonna
dropping
take
that
it.
ball.
Yeah, there. Yeah.
Ndlovu. Beautiful play
Offside.
before that. Setting up the phases, and the junior Springbok look to set up more phases.
And Ndlovu now from the tap and go. Jacobs away to Vakalisa. Here's straight on for Fortain. That cover defense from Uganda, unbeatable today. Mbonja, Smith, Hess. Good leg drive from the number 8. Still Uganda hold firm. Mzamo missed out for Bengu. Oh, she was that close. The knock-on comes. Uganda, hold on.
And you can see the devastation from Bengu. She knows this is her food. She loves running at bodies just close to the try line. Ball in 2 hands, and unfortunately just
Let's
not
go,
to be
Uganda.
this time around.
Well, that means scrum time for Uganda, and they've been holding on for dear life at each and every scrum.
Get your shot out.
Well, Ramali Kambo is going to feed this in the number 14 jersey, as Nolini
Good.
Kushemerewa has come on in the 23.
Bind. You need to get in. This is the second time. You need to get in, please.
Ugandan jersey designers doing us broadcasters no favors with that color contrast.
Crouch. Bind. No, two. Don't do that. Sit. Wait.
A solid engagement from the junior Springbok women. Great scramble from Uganda. Under pressure behind their own try line. Not for the first time today. The clearance kick come cross kick might just work out. The line out South Africa.
Uganda just not able to find relief from their own 22. We always knew their scrum was going to be under pressure, but just the exit not finding touch or not finding the distance that they would want.
Get back, Uganda, please.
Sinati Mzamo. Feeds and Ndlovu, no contest from Uganda.
Out of the 18,
They stay down on the
18.
ground to resist this
18 out.
rolling maul from the junior Springbok woman. And not listening to the referee was Nakalembe, trying to drag that maul down from behind. It's powering over the line. Can they get the ball on the deck? Yes, they can. Try South Africa.
20 meters, about 20 meters rolling maul, going all the way. There's no stopping this rolling maul once it's set. Nice and tight, moving forward always. Uganda trying to bring that maul down or trying to stop it, but just not able to compete with that power of the junior Springbok women.
Melissa Uni with another challenging attempt at posts. Gentle breeze pretty much blowing straight in the direction she'll be looking to kick the ball. Uni put some elbow grease into that one. Another unsuccessful attempt, however. The junior Springbok women lead 30 points to 3.
Yes.
That call that you made there, it wasn't a try because my teammate is the one who held that ball.
Okay, let me explain to Let me explain. Okay. So I see a clear grounding. First, the ball was on the player's foot of his own player, of the own player. Then it went grounding, then it went all up. So I'm happy with the grounding. I saw the grounding before it was held up, before he picked the ball up. Okay.
Questions being asked by the Ugandan captain, and I love the confidence for her to go to the ref and ask the questions that needed to be asked.
Uganda get us back underway. That's a good solid connection on the restarts, and Bangu will drag it in confidently. Bangu beats the first defender and the second. Bangu, she's a handful.
Straight down. You have to tap the ball, okay? You can't just run.
Tried to get a sneaky tap in there, I would say. Did Ramali Kambo. Now she gets a full tap on the ball and sends it to the always confident Peace Nemira. Likambo. Away to Mukiala. An offload not favorable to her teammate, allowing for the junior Springbok woman to run on, and the Ugandan women have a player down just behind the junior Springbok women's defensive line. This could be an effective kick. Good angle on that, being well marshaled by Uni. Uni gets a good bounce, and she gets bundled into touch. Great tactical play from Uganda there.
And that's the kind of relief they would want from the team right through the field. Beautiful option to see the space out in back and to go there by boot and not trying to fight these strong junior Springbok women at the front end of the fence. Put the ball in behind them and send your chasers to put pressure on, and it worked out beautifully for them this time around.
So Ugandan player currently getting some treatment off your screen. The referee's going over to have a look. So this match pretty much running away from Uganda, but still plenty to be gained, of course. This is all about a learning process for these African nations, and the junior Springbok women are readying a couple of
Just want to know, is
substitutes.
she going to continue or? Okay.
In fact, a full front row of substitutes. Anushka Groenewald, Sisona Mbanju, and Demba Mbengeni onto the field in the green and gold. And how impressive has Sinati Mzamo been in the number 2 jersey?
This whole series so far, she's really given it her all, carrying strong in the scrummaging and beautiful line out. She's really been a solid rock for this team.
It's not to take away from the other 2 front rankers who have been massive contributors. Hard to really single out. It's been an impressive performance, especially over these last 2 matches from the junior Springbok women.
No, absolutely. It's just like it seems like they just found their feet and found each other in play. And this front row that just came off really has been solid, world class almost. I can see them really competing with any under 20 team in the world. Really solid stuff, playing together, playing holistic rugby, carrying strong, scrumming strong, great line out, and really just running the ball when it's needed.
And what about that interview at half-time with Len Cantor, director of rugby for the Springbok women's senior side, saying, well, for some of these players, there might be a space in the squad to go to England next year for the Rugby World Cup, whether it be learning or as part of the playing team. How exciting must that be?
So is it
No,
finished now?
absolutely. It gives everyone something to work for. It sparks excitement in this team to know there's still opportunity for you to make the World Cup team for the senior team. And that's the highest level you can possibly play. So that just makes everything exciting. Everyone will be working extra hard and showing what they have.
Looks like it's Peace Namira limping away to the line out now.
Time back on.
She's going to stay on the field. She's made of tough stuff. She's going to jump in the line out as well. Well,
Yes, I got it.
fearlessness
Bondage.
personified.
Go on.
And Bonja not getting the connection she might have wanted on that kick. Following up well with the contact to make sure Uganda didn't initiate a counter-attack. Looks like that's Namira on the carry as well. Up off the ground and right back into the action. Now that's good, hard running from Zuleika Mukiala. Played away by Likambo. Oh, yeah, that's a good strong carry.
No, leave it.
Need a lot more of that, Uganda, to occupy those defenders, to make sure that you keep them honest next to the ruck. Players struggling to roll away.
Clean is fine. Clean out is fine. I'm happy.
Our referee's happy with it all. And the junior Springbok women get their hands back on the ball. The Ugandan coach throws his hands up in the air. Not in celebration, but frustration. Vakalisa. Jacobs. And Bonja sends it wide to Robin Stratum. They know she's danger. They drag her down, and Bonja takes them on. Diminutive she may be, but she's solid in the contact. Jacobs. It's been spilled backwards and carried forwards confidently. Hess steps out of the way. The new front ranker, Sisona Mbenjo, sets the ruck for South Africa. Mbonja, Vakalisa, Uni to Fortain. She loses control. The junior Springbok women's captain. A kick over the top now may compromise Uni, who's backtracking.
No advantage. First and Okon.
But another scrum for Uganda.
First and Okon. Okon first.
Not ideal.
Let's go, yeah?
I don't know whether it's relieved faces from the Ugandans being under a lot of pressure and having to go into a scrum now, or whether it's worried faces for having to go into a scrum against the junior Springbok women again. But all I know is they have to find relief from this area, whether it's by boot or running it out. They need to be more clinical getting out of their own half.
Crouch! Fine! Sit! Okay, no. Let me do that course, okay? Please get you a little bit closer. You guys giving it too big of a grab, that's why we're going in, okay? So get a bit closer, this is the mark. Get closer to the mark, please. Get closer to the mark. Crouch! Fine! Sit!
This scrum stays up. Solid feed underneath the legs of the locks to make sure that Uganda gets it back as quickly as possible. And Patience Mutua on a hard carry. How about this lady, Zuleika Mukiala?
You're not on the ball, leave it!
So
Leave.
much of the grunt work for Uganda. The number 6, Likambo, gets it away for Nemira. Likambo. Spread by Atek. Through the hands of Aya. Scrappily to the outside, and it's been lost forward. Uganda just can't get it together here today against the junior Springbok women.
And this is what I'm talking about now.
Yes.
Pressure goes back
Oh, it's fine,
onto
it's
the Ugandan team in their own half. Unfortunately, just not being able to get that ball to hand. Better option might have
Red
been
14.
going to boot and getting that ball as
Red
deep as
14.
possible. We've seen what they can do when they kick and how much pressure they can put on the junior Springboks women once going to the boot.
You're being subbed. Yes, I'm listening. I didn't see anything. I didn't even get the call from my air, so I'm happy with it, okay?
Another scrum for Uganda to negotiate. It's been tough going at this scrum set piece,
Bind!
but also at line-out time.
Sit!
Jacobs
Stay
feeds.
now, stay now.
Just running forward with the opposition carried on their backs. Here's Mbanjo. Uni under pressure. She got woman and ball. Now Mbanjo tracking back. You can see a bit of fatigue starting to set in. She's been running everywhere today.
Just coming back for that first knock-on from the junior Springbok women, and now it's just getting a bit scrappy. As you said, I think the bodies are really feeling the heat from this past two games that they have played, and the sun isn't doing them any favors today.
So, Ramandi, we were talking about some of these players might get the chance to sneak into the Springbok senior squad, even if just for the experience to go overseas.
Is she going to continue or not? Okay.
So let me ask you, Coach Ramandi, who you taking?
Definitely, I think the opportunity they get to get game time now is very, very good, and that will really make them established and good players when coming to the good big world stage. I think a bit more experience against the big guns or my teammates will really be the defining factor of whether they're ready to go to a World Cup or not. But I definitely see a lot of talent, a lot of good skill set, and really just eagerness that really makes me very excited.
Of course, a very big step up from this level to the next. If you've been watching the intensity of the WXV competition, 1, 2, and 3, you'll know there's no easy games. I mean, if you're going to step in as a woman from the under-20 circuit against Samoa, for example, you're going to be facing some serious fire if you're playing up front, especially.
All of those island girls are really, really strong, powerful, big girls that really knows how to play rugby. So that will be exciting, I think.
But whatever capacity it's in, if any of these players get on that plane to England, for which the South African women have qualified, it'll be a very exciting journey.
Sit!
Sometimes nothing wrong with being a squad player, of course. Get to enjoy yourself. The junior Springbok women's scrum is absolutely flattening the Ugandans, and it is compromising their game plan each and every time that's a set piece, either to those in green and gold or to those wearing red jerseys. And now the captain of South Africa fights to get to the deck.
No advantage. Yeah. Collapsing the scrum.
A very unhappy Ugandan coach.
Leave her.
Jacobs sends it off to Anushka Groenewald. Played away by Jacobs and Glovu. Hess. Now she's got the goods, the number 8, that's for sure. Jacobs to Mbonja, taking that, falling away, and into the contact. She goes, having just been treated for some minor injury on the field moments ago.
Offside.
Straight back into the action. She is tough.
Away tackler.
Groenewald on the carry. Another penalty.
Offside. Get back 10, get back 10, get back 10,
And
get back 10,
Bonja.
lever.
Tap and go. Beats a couple. Can she get her knees to ground?
That's a maul.
Maul called, so Uganda can wrap themselves around this
ball is
ball.
to the back. Now you from the side, leave it.
But all of these under-20 women have really struggled to capitalize on that opportunity. Straight on with the interesting offload to Fortain.
Tackle away, tackler.
It's almost worked out for the home team.
Walk on.
Knock-on comes at the crucial moment for the junior Springbok women, and Uganda will fight to clear their lines, and fight they will have to.
Still playing advantage for the knock-on.
Still playing advantage for that knock-on. Great tackle behind the gain line by Abigail Smith. Been a stalwart performer for the junior Springbok women's team over the course of these 3 days. Now it's Likambo getting it free again.
No advantage there. Let's go back for the knock-on.
Well, the way that scrums are going, that might have been advantage enough.
Some move.
Yes, set piece unfortunately just not on Uganda's side today, but Uganda really defending their try line with their lives, putting bodies into that breakdown and really just giving it their all. Tired bodies, but they're not giving away from anything when it comes to their try line.
Yeah.
So, of course, we hope that this is the first of many, the inaugural R10 African Under-20 Women's Series.
Yes.
Because not only at Under-20 level would it be handy, it'd be great to have an Under-18 tournament as well, like the European sides have. You have that continuity, that build-up, and you have competitions where also you can introduce girls who aren't necessarily playing rugby at their schools, but are in academies.
Absolutely, it's always important to have a feeding system and to have a system that teaches the basics and teaches the game plans to, once they get to the higher level, they're already set, they're already comfortable and they're ready to go.
It's going off. Yes.
Subs galore for the junior Springbok women, bringing on Naima Tlachwayo and Kwanga Majebe. So the captain Fortain has made away from the field.
Fine. Just stay in the middle of the tunnel, okay? In the middle, please. Stay there.
Uni's at fullback. Looks like Tlachwayo
Crouch.
in the number 10 jersey.
Bind. Sit.
Pressure on the Ugandan scrum. Can they get it away? Likambo trying to dig in there to get the ball free.
Advantage.
And a penalty advantage to the junior Springbok women.
Pulling it up contest.
Just too much power from that front row and fresh legs. You can see the difference that those fresh legs make in that big scrum from the
10,
junior Springbok women.
10.
Mbanjo. The tap. And the feed to Mbengeni. Mbanjo, quick ball for Bernicia Hess. Hess trying to run at weak shoulders, but those Ugandan shoulders stay strong. Mbanjo. Away to Groenewald. Groenewald scores.
There she is, the fresh legs we were speaking about. Beautiful, straightening up, taking on the defensive line of Uganda, and over she goes for 5 points for the junior Springbok women. It was a bit of a scramble, a bit of a miscommunication. Mbonja finding Groenewald, and Groenewald only knowing one way, and that's over the try line.
Excuse me.
Another unsuccessful drop call. Or drop conversion, and this time it's Melissa Uni who can't get a good connection. I'm trying to make the most of every moment, surely these junior Springbok women now,
Quickly, please.
knowing that they're in the final 20 minutes of this competition, which has offered them
15 minutes left.
a fine opportunity to build experience and to enjoy their time wearing a Springbok jersey. Is it a good feeling, Ramani, pulling on the green and gold?
Captain,
There's no
15
better
minutes
feeling
left.
than putting on that
15 minutes
jersey. You
left.
can't compare it with anything else. And I think that's why people play as long as they can and try and stay fit as long as they can, because nothing will ever compare to that feeling.
Kick is up and away, down the center this time, and Hlachwayo managing to field, and well, the kick has come sliding off the side of the boot, but Uganda's fielding of it unimpressive in the end, and it's going to be a scrum put into the junior Springbok woman. It almost seems torturous to the Ugandans at this point, but they have some support coming. And Sisona Mbenjo ready to come onto the field along with, sorry, pardon me, Tracy Naguja coming onto the field, along with Nabunya Dafine. So reinforcements on the way for Uganda. Let's see if they can make any difference to the way the scrum battle has been going.
Okay. Time is off, time is off.
I mean, there's no time when there's not a game of touch being played out here in Stellenbosch, it
12
would seem.
off. 12 green off. 4 green.
Judging from the skills from the lads in the background, those aren't the blitz box anymore.
Hey, maybe that's the starting grounds of the Blitzbox. It's the future of Blitzbox. Never say never there.
And Ndlovu coming off the field for the junior Springbok woman.
Fine.
If you had to choose a player of the tournament, she might be up there.
Sit. Steady.
See how the scrum battle goes this time around. Well, free kick this time.
That's very unfortunate from Mbonja. She's really been faultless today. She's been everywhere and anywhere. She's done it all. She's carried the ball, kicked the ball. And unfortunately, just a bit over-eager at the back of that scrum.
Then the ball can be feeded, okay? Crouch! Fine! Sit!
Well, nothing's changed at scrum time, but that is tremendous work from Peace Namira, knowing her assignment, getting her hands in as quickly as possible, clearing the ball from the back of that scrum before the penalty had the chance to be... Oh, man! That's a massive hit from Groenewald. Dropping shoulder and piling them backwards, and here comes another on the back of that. Maul called as well. A ball available for Uganda, but who wants it? On the back of those two tackles. Now, spreading it into the midfield. Good dummy and go from Atek.
Off the head of the green player.
Off the head and trying for a gap on the outside. Unable to keep the ball in field, but a positive period of play from Uganda.
It's so good to see the Ugandans not backing out and not stopping the fight, not giving up, you know. The score is not what they would want it to be today, but they just keep fighting and they keep trying, and really after two big hits still take the ball to the line, not scared. And it's good for them to just get this experience and really just being brave women out there today.
Groenewald feeds the line out, slips through the fingers of Sarah Kroon. And Uganda pounced on possession, had some numbers out to the left that time.
From green, then from red.
Could not capitalize, and now they'll have a scrum put in. Al Ramundi, it's got to be daunting, packing down scrum after scrum, knowing that it seems to almost be getting worse.
Absolutely. It takes every single thing, all the energy out of your body going down into those scrums, especially in this heat. And having to scrum for 70 minutes already, it really is taking a toll on the body. Hopefully they can get a quick in and out ball and send this ball to the backline and see what magic the backline can bring.
Sit!
Ramani Kambo to feed the scrum. It is going to be Namira to try to pick it up, and she's done just enough again. Maiche makes the tackle. Uganda have possession just outside the junior Springbok women's 22. What can they do with this ball now? Opileni fighting. Slow ball for Uganda. Turning to the toe, and Mutua puts one through for the chasers to follow. Back there, Robin Stratum to field it. But Uganda have sacrificed possession in order to attempt that attack.
Stay green, stay 20.
And Melissa Uni
stay 20.
is the kind of player that can make you pay. She keeps her kick in field, and the counter attack is on for Mbabazi. Gets her pass away. Grunwald makes the tackle, and Uganda halfway between the 22 and the try line. Need to slow things down and figure out how they're going to approach this. Babiria gets it. Sends it to her back line. Slow ball for Uganda. Well, almost through a half gap there. The tackle from Abigail Smith. And oh no, the turnover's good for the junior Springbok women.
Away now.
Is that Mbonja getting in there? Wow. What can she do? Uganda looks to have their hands on the ball again. And they have it put into the scrum.
No. Wait. It's a scrum?
Once again, Uganda getting into that scrum battle, and they only have themselves to blame for that. They had ball in hand, setting up phase after phase, really making meters towards the try line. Unfortunately, just getting isolated, and Mbonja gets into the dark places and got a turnover, which after the Ugandans got another turnover after that, and unfortunately now just having to power into that scrum battle once again.
Point!
Wow. Sickening scenes for the Ugandan fan. I'm not sure if it was Tracy Nakuja.
Short arm free kick.
Fresh onto the field. We've got penalized. Oh my goodness.
That's just three test matches in the bag, and maybe just feeling the heat, feeling the tired bodies. The mind is overtired, and I think it's just been a long series for these girls, but not taking away from what they have done in the previous 70 minutes leading up to this moment.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Another chance for Uganda now. The scrum is set. Babiria to feed. Nice ball at the back there for Namira. Now Namira goes peeling away, and she takes on a couple of defenders.
No, Green.
Such a physical player, Namira. But Uganda needs to back up a good play with a couple more go-forward balls.
Yes!
And they tend to slow it down now as they're approaching the junior Springbok women's line.
No, Green, no!
They've been called away, and Uganda.
Advantage, Jensen.
Yeah, fair enough that they get the penalty advantage on the back of that. So they have two opportunities here. How do they approach this now? Do they chance their hand with something expansive in the back line? Good, strong run from Define. Their coach, Brian Ntubala, barking his orders from the stands.
No advantage, let's go back.
That ball is just too slow. They must take advantage of a quick ball and get it out wide, or even catch the defenders off guard there.
Mutua! Looked like she almost had the ball over the line. Oh, and she's knocked it on.
Oh, that's a coach killer. Oh, my word. So close yet so far. It seems like that has been the story for Uganda in this game. Really working hard, setting up phase after phase, battling in the scrum to get the ball this close, and then unfortunately not able to execute on that last stretch.
Okay, happy. Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Junior Springbok women look to get that go forward, and they get just that. Mbonja gets it away to Vakalisa.
Away tackle!
Bundled up in the tackle there, the junior Springbok woman, and Mbonja's going to have to use it. Uni has some time and space to send the kick long, and the clearance is good. Well fielded in the end by Mbabazi. Mbabazi is past the first, cutting back inside. She beats Hess.
No, tackle as well.
Still in decent position now, Uganda, to launch an attack just outside the junior Springbok women's 22. The defenders spread across the field, so Uganda's going to need to run it up the guts, but they give away the penalty.
You can go.
Mbonja with the tap and go and the rapid acceleration. The offload and the contact, wonderful hands from the junior Springbok woman. Here's Vakalisa, who moves it along to Majebe. Another pass off the deck, and they're already past the 10-meter line of Uganda.
Yes!
Mbonja, she wants some hard runners. She calls them in. Mbenjo's there to oblige.
That's a tackle, no hands, leave!
Meters made, and we're in the final 5 minutes now. Mbonja off to Smith. Abigail Smith pumping the knees through the challenge. Mbonja sent it to the back line. Uni, she knows she's got support outside her. Oh, and she just can't stay in field. Kentia Rishamoritz.
That is a solid play from the junior Springbok women, taking it all the way from their 22 and running it down up until almost into the Ugandan 22.
Injury.
Solid face after face play. Both the forwards and the backs getting involved, and really just good running rugby from the junior Springbok women.
Remind you, after a tough outing like this from Uganda, I'm sure you only played on winning teams, Ramandi. When you lose like this, there is plenty to be learned, of course. What might the coach be saying to the team after this performance and when they're heading home on the plane?
No, absolutely. Reviewing a game like this, it's important to take a lot of lessons out of games like this and out of tournaments like this. We come here to learn and to be better for the next tournament coming. I think for the Ugandans, it's just a bit of set phases, set plays, scrums and lineouts that need sharpening up, as well as quick ball. The ball is available. If they can get catch the defending team off guard with that quick ball, I think they will already be 100% better.
Who's in and who's out?
Mirembe Mercy feeds the line out, and one finally works out for Uganda. Oh, well, that is a super high tackle. It's not the kind we want to see. Sisona Mbenjo, the culprit in Uganda, from outside their own 22 now, will launch their attack against the junior Springbok women.
Advantage. High tackle.
The tap and go from Zuleika Mukiala. It's a serious player she is. Judith Aya. There to give it a go next up. And the tireless number 8, Peace Namira, wins a couple more hard yards for Uganda.
Ek was already formed en zijn raak.
Successive penalties for Uganda and kicking for touch. Mbabazi.
So just listen to my clear communication. I will tell you when it's
that is what the team has needed the whole game. A bit of relief, going to set pieces and really just maybe backing their set piece, seeing that they won the line out down the field, seeing if they can win another one and put the junior Springboks under pressure.
So let's see if they can get their left right as well, Uganda, or if they have something up their sleeve. Mirembe Mercy. Battle at the 2 ball. Crone almost getting the steal, but Uganda secure possession again. Nantumbwe filling in at half-back. Piling those players into the ruck as Aya able to get it away and being hunted in the back line. Change of plan for Patience Mutua.
Yes.
And they've travelled all the way back to the halfway line now and beyond after advancing with that penalty and kicking it to touch.
Off your feet. Leave in.
Not much space to be found next to the ruck for Uganda, and that's been the case all day long. Spreading it wide, and Mbabazi, big, strong tackle. Penalty
You on
Uganda.
the ground, can't play the ball on the ground.
What a hit from Kwanga Majebe.
Captain. Let's speak to them. Yes.
The double
Captain.
whistle followed by a captain call. Don't need any trouble.
We have too many
in the
breakdown on
last
fixtures now. You have
few
to talk
minutes
to your
of this
players
game.
or I'll simply send someone off, okay?
Breakdowns being the problem again, as per the whole game. From both teams, the breakdowns seem to be the problem where all discipline is lost.
On the ground, playing the ball.
So Mbonja, who's taken over the captaincy from Fortain, whose voice you might have just heard, lending support to her teammates.
Mark.
They're a vocal bunch, these junior Springbok women. And they have a great togetherness for a team that came together only about 2 weeks ago. Crone
That's backwards.
taking it at the apex of her jump, and Mbonja seeing a space down the blind. Mbonja working that touchline and being worked out.
Okay. It was before time, so we're gonna last play.
Last play of the match going in favor of Uganda. One more line out for them to prove that this all has not been for nothing. I think they've really been solid in this game. They haven't
last
backed
play.
off. They haven't given up. They've really been very
time.
solid and hopefully can end on a high.
Crone.
Walk on, all sides.
Causing problems again, but that ball knocked on by a South African, to a South African in front of her, and that turns a knock-on into a penalty.
Tackle!
Uganda have controlled possession here. They've really held on to possession for these final 5 minutes of the match, but can they make it count? The junior Springbok women's tackling not letting up. And the slowness of the ball from these rucks not helping Ugandan cause.
Away, tackler!
Tackler called away, and Judith Aya, who's moved into the scrum off position, taking control.
Go on. That is time.
That knock-on brings a close to the match and brings a close to the R10 African Under-20 Women's Series. Another victory for those in green and gold. It has been a success for the South African women, who have grown in strength match to match. Perhaps more clinical against the San Clemente Rhinos than they were here today against Uganda. But the junior Springbok
man.
women can be happy all the
Nice to meet
same with 3 matches and 3 wins. As for
Thank you,
Uganda, they missed their first match here due to some visa and traveling issues. But since then, they have been game opposition, and they were just that again today. And Rumandi, there were highlights galore.
Absolutely. Running rugby, kicking rugby, physical. This is what this tournament is all about. We've seen it all. Try scoring from out their own half, and try scored from set phases straight in front of their try line.
It was all junior Springbok women today, just the 3 points for Uganda. Bernicia Hess getting over in the first half. The try of the match undoubtedly scored by Sindisiwe Mbonja. That counter-attack initiated by Robin Strydom and her. And then on the wing, Robin Strydom getting over herself. She was shining today every time she got a chance, and just a bit of space on the outside. She made Uganda pay.
It seemed to have been a match for the backs in the first half. Seeing quick rugby, quick hands, out wide and straight on space. Beating the Ugandans out wide every single time in that first half.
That enviable speed, just seeing defenders reaching out and clutching thin air. Straight on over for another try. And then this rolling maul was quite something. Went from about 20 meters out. And the referee seeing a grounding before the Ugandan player fought for the ball on the ground. Mzamo getting herself a try. There's Ndlovu, the big number 4, protecting the ball. What a tournament she has had. Anushka Groenewald came onto the field. She put in some big hits, and she got herself 5 points as well. So a flood of tries for the junior Springbok women, ending in glory in the end. And they are rightfully the finest team that has played at this tournament. The San Clemente Rhinos put in a great effort, but they were thwarted. And those Tunisian women who are on the field right now, what a showing they put up, beating the Ugandans 17-14 in their second match and securing victory today against the San Clemente Rhinos. But more importantly almost than that, the spirit that they showed in winning that match and after that match. The dancing, the singing, the togetherness.
No, absolutely. And as you can see, that is what this tournament is all about. It's touring to South Africa, being together as a team, and just growing stronger together as a family. As you can see, this junior Springbok women just celebrating the player of the match, Robin Strydom. This is what it's all about.
What are they doing there, Ramandi? Sprinkling the magic dust over her? Oh, that needs no explanation. That is gusto. That is spirit. That is cohesion. A team that's come together for about 14 days or so, selected about 2 weeks back on the back of a provincial tournament, and they are sisters in arms. Couture low.
Oh, sorry. We just got so excited. The junior Springbok women absolutely enveloping our R10 player of the match today. Robin Strydom Kusani so by my. First and foremost, you're very emotional. Where's this coming from? You won.
Ken ek Afrikaans? Dat is vir my so 'n groot voorreg om weer hier te wees. As my laaste jaar onder 20 en ek het gebruik gemaak van die toekoms van my.
En wat wil jy sê vir jou, your teammates here that absolutely streamed you and giving you hugs? What does it mean to play with a team like that?
Dit was so baie groot voorreg om val in my lewe te kry, soos ons het teen mekaar gespeel, maar teen tyd toe hulle kies ons almal, en daai was so, is like soos ons het teen mekaar geken, maar soos vandag, ons almal gaan weer terug na ons tuisplekke toe, maar die hartseer wat ons so het.
Well, go. Gaan hardloop. Go. That's your R10 player of the match, Robin Strydom. That's the teams getting together, Uganda. And that's it for the R10 African Under-20 Women's Series. Can you believe it? 3 game days over 2 weeks. It's been absolutely phenomenal. Well done to SA Rugby and all those involved that got it underway. And here are our teams.
Thank you, Couture, and thank you for joining us for 3 tremendous days of action from the R10 African Women's Series, the inaugural one, and may there be many more. The junior Springbok women victorious today, 35 points to 3 over Uganda, but more importantly, all of these young women together learning about this beautiful game that we all love. Hopefully we'll see you again next year, same time, same place.